I never really know how to start these videos. It's always so awkward for me. So hopefully, I will find some kind of simple intro. But for the meantime, hi, I am Ronan Elliott, and this is my YouTube channel. So, what are we going to talk about today? That is a great question because I don't know exactly. I felt compelled to make a video on this channel. I still have a prior channel under the same name, and it was actually renamed from an old channel that I had. It used to be called Cat Widow, and then I renamed it to reflect my name, Ronan Elliott. But that account I've had for, I want to say, almost 10 years on YouTube, and I had explained in one of the videos on that account that it's associated with an old email that may at some point be deleted because it's at capacity. So I don't really know how long that actual channel will exist since it's tied to my Google account, and I have no real interest to fix the email issue. So I realized I needed to start on a new channel with one of my other emails, this one being theronanelliott@gmail.com. So if for whatever reason you feel like emailing me, that is my email. I will put it right here on the screen like that. But I wanted to keep the same name because I am the same person. I just wanted to have it on a channel that's, gonna survive for the foreseeable future, and also to have a fresh start. Because while I am still myself in some sense, in that old channel, I was being followed by a lot of people that knew my ex-partner, my former partner, who at this point I'm not ready to name, but at some point I will talk about it. But my former partner was incredibly abusive. Physically, mentally, sexually, verbally, emotionally. He is a public figure, a person with some small level of, influence, power, notoriety. I don't know what the word is. It's all a very bizarre concept to me, and a very strange time in my life, honestly. It was about an 18-month period in total that resulted in my wonderful daughter that I have now, and I raise as a single mother. So that kind of gives you maybe an idea of what I'm dealing with here without going into too much detail. But that being said, that person follows me on that old account, and all of their fans, cronies, in wanting to be a fan of him, then wanted to get to know me. And so I know there was not a lot, very little growth on that channel, but it all, I think, was tied to him. And so I never feel like I can be really free to speak what I want to say, because I always have in the back of my mind, if maybe he's still not subscribed or not watching, maybe somebody that he knows is. And I really am trying to have a clean break in my life. I've managed to do that now for almost a year, going no contact with him of my own volition, blocking him on everything despite him reaching out to contact me indirectly several times. So I'm really trying to move on in my life and get to be very public and open in the way that I was before, while still ensuring some level of my own safety and my own anonymity, because I deserve to be able to speak. I have a right to speak, and for so long I've been quiet because I am afraid. I am afraid of what he will do to me if he finds out that I'm speaking the truth. I am afraid what he will do to my daughter if he finds out that I am speaking the truth. I am afraid what some of his enablers, or what people may call flying monkeys, might do if they find out that I'm speaking the truth. So I'm not afraid in the point that, like, I'm gonna say what I need to fucking say, and I'm not afraid anymore. But at the same time, I'm trying to be cautious and, not just put it all out there under his nose. So that's why there's a new channel that, hopefully if he has zero interest in me, he's not gonna find this, and I can really be a lot freer than I have been in the past year to talk about publicly what happened in my life, among other things. I am multifaceted, as we all are. We contain multitudes, as Oscar Wilde would say. And so that's not the only thing in my life. I realize there is so much more to my life. This was just a little chapter, a really brief chapter, a very pivotal chapter, and a recent one. So I know that's why it's kind of at the top of mind for me, but it's not the only thing I want to talk about. I've really, in my own healing, have gotten back in touch over the past almost year now with my spirituality again, have been receiving, downloads, messages from my higher self, and was, starting to communicate that on my old channel. So I think going forward, this is very much going to be a personal channel where I talk about some of my trauma in an effort to get the information out, to not be a silent victim anymore, to not be afraid. Also in the hopes of educating people, because I know for myself, so much of the healing I was able to do and the awareness that I was able to gain around the abuse that was happening to me, because it was so insidious, was through other people's stories, hearing other people that had been abused basically by narcissists, I would say specifically covert narcissists. I was able to see that there is an actual pattern to the behavior of these people, and I was able to get a label, because for so long when I was in a relationship with this person, I didn't know what was wrong with them. I thought they were the devil at some point. I thought they were a megalomaniac. I mean, I was just throwing around all kinds of terms because a psychopath, because I just didn't know what they were, a sociopath. And now that I've actually done a lot of work, I know that they're a narcissist, whether or not they have the diagnosis, because, narcissists hardly ever go and seek help. So it's hard to get that diagnosis. So obviously, that's my opinion, but that's a big thing. I want to help people that have gone through similar things as me. I don't by any means feel like I'm unique in my story. I mean, it's obviously unique in that it's coming from my specific individual lens, but I know that the themes and the trauma that I talk about is something that I think, unfortunately, a lot of people relate to, both men and women. But obviously, I am speaking from the perspective of, a woman, of a single mother. So that is the lens that I have to offer. But I very much am here for anybody that is being abused. I mean, beyond just the narcissistic spectrum, like abuse is abuse is abuse is abuse, and I am not for it. I am very much for standing for victims of domestic violence, of intimate partner violence, of just any kind of abuse. So if sharing my story helps a light bulb go off in someone else's mind, and like I had, and realize like, oh my God, that happened to me too. I had no idea this is like on some level like pathological. Then that's why I want to share it, to try to get other people out, because it's a really dark place to be in a narcissistically abusive relationship, and to come out of it. It is a whole kind of fresh hell that I'd never experienced. And with my interests, my very much like being of spirituality, I also have that perspective to offer. Like I'm trying to work beyond bitterness and anger and hate, not because I necessarily want to forgive this person or have this ultra kind heart. It's more because I don't want to suffer anymore. And me holding on to any of that only prolongs my suffering. So I know that sharing this and being able to share even my messages from my higher self in that same way can help people. And that's all I want to do. Like I don't know anything I want to do other than I just want to help people. And the only way that I know how to do it at this point is by talking and sharing my stories and listening to people. So that's what I'm going to do on this channel going forward. And I think rather than get into a lot of nitty gritty about some drama, I think the thing I would like to focus on is just the importance of doing, like kind of what brought me here today on this channel to make this video in like a one take. I'm not somebody that is a perfectionist. I don't have a lot of technical skills when it comes to video editing. I do want to learn. I do want to improve things. I do want to put more time, because I think it could be a hobby. I think it could be a passion, but I also am a single mom, and my time is limited. So I want to be mindful of that and keep a balance. So I don't want to commit to anything. This is more for me and my healing, and in my healing, hopefully helping others heal. So for me, it was very much about sitting down again today and having a new beginning, and just being here and recording this on the spot, because I'm not somebody that can pre-plan things and have a script and blah, blah, blah. I know that works for some people, and I think that's awesome. I wish it worked for me, but it ends up slowing me down and making things way awkward and chaotic. And my whole goal is authenticity in life. Like, I want people to know who I really am, and I'm not afraid of people knowing who I really am. And I think that's probably been the thing I've struggled with the most in life, is people being afraid of that ability that I have and that power to be incredibly vulnerable and unafraid of my vulnerability. So I'm taking the opportunity now to share that here publicly on YouTube, and going forward, I will continue to do this. So today was the first day. I'm just doing, and I would really encourage you to, in closing, if you're in a similar spot where you're just stuck in a rut and you're like, oh, I got to do this, but first I need to do this, and first I need to do that, and that, just do it. Just start somewhere, like lift the finger, turn the page, pick up the book, whatever it is, like take the first step. That's some of the most important advice that was given to me by a very good friend, was just to start. You get so much stuck in the process of that you never actually do. And so that's what this is today. So I'll end that here. I don't want these videos to be super long. I know people have short attention spans in 2021, and I want to drink my tea as it cools down. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful for you. Leave comments if you feel compelled to. Feel free to send me an email. Like I said, theronanelliott@gmail.com. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a great rest of your day.